Picture this, a butterfly flaps its wings in Brazil, and this seemingly insignificant action sets off a chain of events that could cause a tornado in Texas. Sounds like science fiction, right? But this isn't just some wild fantasy. It's an idea grounded in science, known as the butterfly effect. But what does it mean for you? How can a decision you make today, no matter how small, shape your future, your career, your relationships, or even change the world? Imagine the smallest choices in your daily life, choices you don't even think twice about. What if they had the power to change everything? What if that extra 5 minutes in bed this morning cost you a life-changing opportunity, or a quick chat with a stranger altered the course of your entire future? By the end of this video, you'll see your life in a completely new way. Don't miss out, because today, you're about to discover just how powerful you really are. Welcome back to the channel Universal Insights. Today we're talking about one of the most intriguing concepts in both science and philosophy, the butterfly effect. First introduced by meteorologist Edward Lorenz in the 1960s, this concept revolutionized how we understand the world around us. It's the idea that small causes can have large effects, and it's not just limited to weather patterns or science fiction, it affects your life, right here, right now. But how? How do your day-to-day decisions like what you wear or whether you go for that extra coffee potentially alter the course of your life? Let's start with where it all began, Edward Lorenz. In 1961, Lorenz was running weather simulations on his computer and something peculiar happened. He wanted to save time, so he rounded a number in his calculations from 0.506127 to 0.506. He expected this tiny change to have no significant impact, but the results were wildly different. A small rounding error led to completely different weather predictions. Note: this discovery wasn't just a glitch, it fundamentally changed our understanding of how complex systems work. Lorenz realized that in chaotic systems like weather, tiny changes in initial conditions can have massive consequences. This realization became the foundation of what's now known as chaos theory. Here is an interesting stat. According to the Decision Lab, chaos theory doesn't only apply to weather or physics, it can be seen in biological systems, economics, and even social networks. This theory suggests that seemingly minor events in your life could snowball into outcomes you never expected. Think about that for a second. A small, seemingly insignificant action, like rounding off a number, completely alters the outcome. The same principle applies to the decisions we make in our daily lives. A choice you make today could dramatically change your future tomorrow. Now let's dive into the science behind the butterfly effect. It all falls under the umbrella of chaos theory, which studies how complex systems behave unpredictably due to small changes in initial conditions. But what does this really mean? Take, for example, the double pendulum. Two pendulums attached together. If you push the pendulum with just a slightly different amount of force, its path becomes unpredictable after a few swings. Scientists have observed similar chaotic behavior in systems as diverse as the stock market, ecosystems, and even traffic patterns. According to a 2017 study published in Nature Communications, small changes in social networks, like a single person leaving a group or joining a new one, can lead to massive shifts in societal trends and opinions. Just one new connection could completely alter the dynamics of your professional or personal life. This means that small decisions, like reaching out to a new coworker or choosing to attend a particular event, can set off a ripple effect that reshapes your relationships, your career, and even your happiness. You're operating in a system far more interconnected than you might realize. Let's talk about economics, perhaps one of the most powerful real-world examples of the butterfly effect in action. Every choice you make in how you spend your money has the potential to affect not only your financial well-being, but also the economy at large. Think back to 2008 and the global financial crisis. At the root of this catastrophe were millions of individual decisions, homeowners taking on mortgages they couldn't afford, lenders approving risky loans, and investors making aggressive bets. Individually, these decisions seemed small, but collectively, they resulted in the worst financial downturn since the Great Depression. According to the Federal Reserve, 8.7 million Americans lost their jobs during the 2008 crisis. And while we often blame big banks, we can't ignore the role of individual financial decisions that, when compounded, created a global disaster. A study by the Journal of Economic Perspectives in 2010 found that a seemingly small change in mortgage interest rates, just 1%, can lead to tens of thousands of dollars in extra payments over the life of a loan. Small financial decisions can have huge long-term consequences. It's not just about big economic crashes, though. Even your everyday spending habits can shape your financial future in ways you might not expect. Buying coffee every morning seems harmless, but what if you saved that $5 a day? Over a year, that adds up to about $1,825. Over 10 years, that's almost $20,000. Quick tip: be mindful of small spending decisions because they accumulate. Financial success is often built not by huge leaps but by 1,000 tiny steps. Let's look at some real-life stories where the butterfly effect played out in dramatic ways. Take Steve Jobs, for example. He dropped out of college because he felt it wasn't the right fit for him, but he stuck around on campus to audit classes that interested him. One of those classes was calligraphy. Seems insignificant, right? But that course on fonts and typefaces influenced Jobs to design the first Macintosh computer with beautiful typography, which set Apple apart from competitors. Without that one decision to attend a random calligraphy class, Apple might not be the design-forward tech giant it is today. According to Business Insider, Apple's brand value exceeded $263 billion in 2021. Who would have thought that an art class could eventually help build one of the most valuable companies in the world? Another powerful example is Rosa Parks. On December 1, 1955, she made the simple decision to refuse to give up her bus seat. At the time, it might have seemed like a small act of defiance, but that decision sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a turning point in the civil rights movement. One small action, a personal decision to resist injustice, led to a societal shift that transformed the course of American history. The message here is clear: sometimes the smallest decisions, ones that may not seem life-altering at the moment, can have enormous consequences, not only for you, but for the world. Now, let's bring this concept home. What about the choices you make every day? According to psychologist Daniel Kahneman, we make about 35,000 decisions each day. Most of these are subconscious or automatic, like what to eat, what to wear, or whether to check your phone. Kahneman's research, outlined in his book, Thinking, Fast and Slow, suggests that 95% of our decisions are made by our subconscious mind. This means many of the choices that will shape your future are made without you even being fully aware of them. The danger is that if you rely too much on autopilot, you could miss out on opportunities to steer your life in a more intentional direction. By becoming more conscious of your choices, you can better harness the butterfly effect in your favor. Consider how even the tiniest decisions, like choosing to attend a networking event or deciding to read a book, can change your future. A single conversation with the right person could open doors to a new career, or deciding to exercise regularly could lead to improved mental health, which in turn could affect your relationships and productivity at work. So, how can you harness the butterfly effect to your advantage? The key is in being intentional with your decisions, no matter how small they seem. Here's how you can start taking control. Set clear, daily goals. Align your small actions with your long-term vision. Research from Harvard Business Review shows that people who set intentional daily goals are 40% more likely to achieve long-term success. Be mindful of your habits. Small repetitive actions can compound over time. Whether it's reading for 10 minutes a day or exercising for 30 minutes, these actions accumulate into massive results over the years. Surround yourself with the right people. A 2007 study published in the New England Journal of Medicine found that a person's social environment has a profound effect on their health, happiness, and success. Just being around positive, driven people can lead you to adopt similar behaviors. Remember, every small action you take contributes to the larger picture of your life. It's like planting seeds. You might not see the results today, but over time, those seeds can grow into something amazing. The butterfly effect teaches us that our world is interconnected in ways we can't even begin to imagine. Every decision we make, no matter how small, can have a far-reaching impact. Whether it's in our personal lives, our careers, or even the fate of the world itself, those small, seemingly inconsequential actions can snowball into something far greater. So the next time you find yourself at a crossroads, whether it's choosing what to focus on today, who to connect with, or what habits to build, remember that your decisions matter more than you think. You are shaping your future with every single choice. If you found this video helpful or thought-provoking, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content about how science, psychology, and everyday decisions shape our world. And we'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below about a small choice you made recently that had a big impact on your life. Who knows? You might just inspire someone else to make a life-changing decision. Subscribe for more life secrets. We may not respond, but we read every comment. Thanks for watching, and remember, every choice you make can shape your destiny.